Welcome to my podcast, Idle Differently. Today I will tell you about a story which may be true or may not be true. So let us begin. It was a dark night, full of clouds with an occasional flash of lightning. Mr. Roy was walking on the road just in front of his house. This is his regular practice. After dinner, he walks in front of his house of 50 years. He is bulky, short height, and has crossed 60 last year. He starts his walking at 9:30 p.m. and return to his home at 8:30 p.m. This aids in his digestion. Like 80% or more people, he also is a patient of fatty liver. He has never been interested in fitness, but one fine morning he feels some pain in his chest. Due to a massive pressure from his wife, he was forced to visit the chamber of his old friend, who is also a doctor. As usual, he gives some test and then confirmed fatty liver stage 1. Then on, this is his routine. He has to follow along with no alcohol, no smoking, meagre amount of oil, and all veg diets. But Mr. Roy has adapted to this lifestyle and has lost fat much more compared to that he had in the earlier days of his life. He now looks far thinner than he was earlier to the chest pain incident. His house is on a remote place of Subhashgram, full of trees, one big lake nearby, and few brick and mostly mud houses are there in and around his locality. As he is a central government employee, his reputation and power can be felt by his neighbors. That is why he has lots of friends and lots of enemies also. The road he walks post dinner is a pitch road. On his behest, this road was made such that his vehicle can come to his home without being damaged. Today also he was busy in working. His smartwatch was tracking the activity. Nearly 3,000 steps were over, 3,000 more to go. Suddenly, a screeching sound was heard by him. First, the sound was very feeble, but within minutes, it becomes so loud and deafening that he and all his neighbors come out of their house and then, after a certain time, run for a cover, as if this sound is falling upon them just like rain. Sound can be similar to the sound made by hawk when they find food, but not as feeble as that. It was, believe it or not, 1,000 times louder. It is as if the hawk is hawking on the front of a mouthpiece, having a huge sound box. Mr. Roy get puzzled and try to call his friend who is a subdivisional officer of the region, but his phone was not working. However, after 5 to 10 minutes, the sound stopped. Dr. Kutti was returning from his university to his house where he stays with his families mother, father, wife, and his two sons. He stays in Puducherry, just in front of the sea. He was driving through the road which ran parallelly with the sea. He is an associate professor of age 45 years. He was driving his newly bought car, which he has purchased just the previous month. He knows driving from his childhood days. He is now an experienced driver. But earlier he used to drive others' car. But now he drives his own. Today he was driving with his friend Dr. Kallur. He also works in the same university as Kutti does. The road was clean today. In Puducherry, traffic is generally thinner compared to that in Tamil Nadu or Hyderabad. Kallur house falls in the way. Dr. Kurti and Kallur is childhood friend. They have graduated, post-graduated and completed their PhD from the same college. While Kallur works in geodesy, Kutti is a geoinformatics engineer. Their topic of research also matches. As a result, they have become a pair which cannot be broken. Kallur was singing a Kannada song and Kutti was listening to the song and enjoying. When suddenly they heard a screeching sound. First it was feeble, then gradually it becomes loud, louder, and loudest. It continues for nearly 10 to 15 minutes and then it stopped. And along with that, all the buzzing sound that is generally observed or heard in a road also stopped, as if the entire scene is paused by someone. The honking of the cars stopped, the shouting from the passengers stopped, the cry from a baby going by a scooty along with his father and mother stopped, and the, Dr. Kuti can also see that the traffic police or rather polices get frightened and they are running for cover. But what and from when, or rather where, the sound is coming? It is really a mystery. Whether it is coming from a lab which is developing a secret weapon of mass destruction, or is it coming from a factory that was newly developed, but none are there in the proximity of where Dr. Kallur and Dr. Kutti stays or is presently driving, or is it created by some aliens? Both Mr. Roy and Dr. Kutti see the news of this mysterious sound in the headlines of the dailies that was delivered to them next day. They find that same incident had occurred at Goa, Mumbai, Kerala, and Delhi also. But the cause for the same or the source is still unknown. Any query to the government agencies is replied with a common response: no comment, or we are presently investigating. We will update you once we found any specific reason or source for the sound incident. This incident occurred nearly 10 to 12 years ago, but it is not surprising to say that still the source or the cause of the sound is unknown. It is still a great mystery that is written in the list of mysteries that is still unsolved. So, with this, I end this podcast. So, please write in the comments if you know something about this strange sound that troubled so many citizens of India. And later on, it was heard that such type of sound was heard in Mexico also, and some part of Northern America has also listened to this type of sound. But still, the causes are unknown, or rather, I must say that majority of the citizen do not know why, how, or from where this sound was generated. So that's all for today. See you in the next podcast.